In this video, we're going to talk about working with due dates in MOER. The first thing you're going to do at the beginning of your class is set up the due dates. And once all of your assessments are created, the quickest way to do the due dates is to go over here on the left-hand side under Mass Change. We're going to select Dates. And what's going to come up is absolutely every item you have in your course. And a lot of those items probably aren't going to have due dates. Probably you only have some assessments that have due dates. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and filter by assessments just to shorten this list. And here are all the assessments I have in this particular course. Some of them are grayed out because I wasn't using them for this section. But this is where you're going to set all of your due dates. So in MOER, we call them end dates. So you're just going to go down this column and select, you can use the calendar icon to select whatever due date you want. You'll notice something a little bit weird here. I have kind of these assignments due at all different times. If we want to add some consistency here, what we can do, let's say I want to make every assignment due at 11:59 p.m. So the good thing is I can just change this first one. I'm going to go over here and select all of these assessments. And then next to this one that I've changed, if I go over to the action menu, I can copy down times. And notice that made all of my assessments due at 11:59 p.m. all the way down the course. So there are a lot of things where you don't have to change each individual item. If you have something you want to copy down, you can go ahead and copy that down. And then to change my due dates, I'm probably just going to go down this column and select all of those due dates until I'm done. If you have certain assessments or assignments you don't want them to see right away, then you're going to choose a start date. And the way I would do that is just click here where it says always, and I would choose when you want to make that item available. Okay, if you just want to have all of the items available from the beginning of your course, then always is what you want here. But if there are things you want to save for later, just give them a start date. Okay, so that's how you set up your due dates. Let me show you one other thing. So now let's say you want to change a due date. As you can see on my calendar here, I have a homework assignment due tomorrow. And let's say I want to give students a few extra days to work on that assignment. One way we could do that is to go into the settings for that assignment and change the due date. But a much quicker, easier way to change a due date, especially if you're going to change several, is to click on Calendar at the top and click on Enable Drag and Drop Editing. And this will show you the name of all the homework assignments. And if I want to change the due date, I can simply drag it somewhere else and drop it. And once I click on Disable Drag and Drop Editing, that is now the new due date. So you can see I changed the due date. I added 5 days to it just by dragging and dropping. So you click on Enable if you want to drag and drop any dates. And clicking on Disable essentially saves that. One other thing while I'm in the calendar, let's say you're giving a paper and pencil test and you would like the date of the test to appear on the calendar so students are aware of it. Maybe you aren't 100% confident that students are going to look at their syllabus periodically or add their due date to their calendar, so you want to make sure it appears on this calendar. I can click on Manage Events, and this will allow you to basically add whatever you want to the calendar. So let's say we're going to have a test on June 15th. I'll select the date June 15th. I might put an E here, and then I'm going to call this Exam 1. I'm going to save changes, and now you can see that this exam is now on the due date, and if a student clicks on that date, it'll tell them exactly what that is. If I go back to the home page, you can now see on the calendar I've adjusted that homework due date, and I've added the paper pencil test to the calendar very quickly and very easily. I hope you found this video helpful.